Last time on Canada's greatest know-it-all, the 9 remaining competitors were off to the races, where Owen's ingenuity...
All we gotta do is leave at the same time as the next team.
...trumped Ben's exuberance.
Rock and roll!
In a killer challenge, Scott stalked teammate Doug.
Faster, Douglas.
Shut the up.
But he fought back in the elimination challenge.
Mosquitoes are Culex anopheles.
Correct.
And sent Abe home. Now, the know-it-alls must go out on the ropes.
Oh,
and conquer some scary science.
Son of a bitch.
To stay in the game and win. Obstacles in life are everywhere, but any one know-it-all should be able to overcome them with a simple stroke of their genius. But when you put a team of know-it-alls together, 2 things can happen: an instant solution or the creation of a new obstacle. And usually, it's the team itself.
Hello, Daniel.
It is a beautiful day at the beach. But for you guys, today ain't no picnic. Since our last elimination left Team Orange with 5 members and Team Blue with just 3, I'm going to insist that Team Orange give one of their team members over to Team Blue right now.
Me.
Oh, Doug seemed to volunteer.
I just wanted to get off of whatever team Scott was on.
I want to go.
Yeah?
I worked great with these guys in the first 2 challenges, and I had no desire to work with Douglas again.
You want to go?
I want to go.
Okay, go.
Yeah? Here's today's challenge. Build a bridge that spans between those 2 platforms out on the jetties with only the meager materials we give you. We're giving them 4 pieces of wood, a knife, a saw, and 2 lengths of rope. They must first secure their ropes, then build their bridges and cross to the other side. 1 point awarded for each foot that each team member crosses. Most points wins. You do this head-to-head against the other team in pairs, over 2 one-hour rounds, with the second round being even tougher than the first. Got it?
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
Go! The first stage is not simply about tying knots. It's about creating enough tension on the ropes to hold the weight of 2 know-it-alls.
This is not gonna work. Undo it.
And that isn't so simple.
It's too loose at the knot. The
I'm
knot.
putting it around this side so it's going to pull the knot in through the pulley if it goes. Now try.
Pull. Not even close.
How good are you with knots, Owen?
I thought I was pretty good.
You thought you were?
Yeah. I went blank on knots. I know knots. I just forgot all my knots.
I was expecting the ropes to be tight by now, so I'm getting a little bit nervous.
Oh my.
I calculate the tension of the string. We only need an upwards component of approximately 900 newtons. That's because he's 90 kilograms. And so the acceleration of 9.81 meters per second squared, we only need an upwards component total of about 900 newtons.
I completely understand.
That just did.
This should be good. This should be good.
Team Orange's ropes are done. But now they have a new unforeseen problem. The wooden pieces we've given them are too short to lie across the ropes, so an innovative plan is needed, and quick.
How good are you with saws?
I'm okay.
Ow. Ow, my knees.
I'm used to being the brains in an outfit. It's kind of manly feeling to be the brawn.
You're doing great, Doug. You're doing great.
The job is getting done, and the idea looks to be a good one.
Laura pointed out that if you throw notches into the boards, you can capture the rope and bring it in. And it doesn't really matter how far or how wide apart they are. And that it was brilliant.
I'm having a look at Laura right now. Her notch system is actually working, and she's sliding across.
This is not notched very well.
Oh, and she's down. Laura only made it 4 feet, but it puts her team in front.
That ain't going anywhere.
And it looks like Carla and Owen on Team Blue may finally have their ropes tied. But
Can you get the knife, please?
Yep.
they're working in a way
That's what I like to see.
that looks suspiciously similar to Team Orange.
You just saw Laura had a great idea, so thanks.
It's very, very frustrating seeing the other team would take our idea like that, but at least it shows who has the mind to be able to think on the spot and who doesn't.
This is tougher than it looks.
Carla, do you need another piece of wood?
I don't think so. Oh. Yeah, actually, I like that idea.
The time is ticking.
How much
10
time-
minutes left, exactly. Laura is now coming up the angle. Oh, and she's in! Oh, no! Laura's earned 20 points for her team. But with Team Blue hot on their tail, it's Doug's turn to get on the bridge. One problem.
The thing that really bothers me about getting in the water is drowning.
Doug's discomfort with hand tools is only trumped by his distaste for water. In the very first challenge of the season, Doug was the only competitor who refused to do scuba training.
Okay, Doug.
But if their bridge design is sound, he'll stay dry today too.
I kept telling him, don't sit on the boards, try to scoot over like how I kind of did. It didn't work out so well.
Oh my word! Doug literally fell off the dock. All right, no more points for Team Orange. But Carla, you're at 20 feet, we're tied. Carla, how are you gonna get the wood back to Owen?
Now I'm gonna bail and bring some back.
Okay, Carla's abandoned her crossing and bringing her boards back to teammate Owen. If he can do better than Doug, they might be able to win this. All right, you guys have got 5 minutes left. It's a close race. And Owen is about to go in right now. Here he goes. He's going the cross-legged method.
There you go.
I hear you laughing, Daniel.
I think Daniel was laughing at him even trying, and that just made him mad, and he had a screw you moment.
I hear you
Okay.
laugh. Hearing Daniel laughing. Owen, that was the perfect thing I needed.
You got just over 3 minutes.
Yeah.
At this moment, Carla and Owen have pulled ahead, and it's up to Doug to catch up.
Come on, Doug, get off the dock.
The only way that I was going to do it is if I just pushed myself along like some old cripple, which, as it happens, I am.
I was kind of shaking my head thinking, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? He was so scared. I'm gonna fall in. I'm going to fall in.
The two teams of know-it-alls are bridge building.
This is tougher than it looks.
In the first round, Carla and Owen on Team Blue are ahead, having crossed a total of 36 feet. Laura for Team Orange has single-handedly gone 20 feet. With his team behind and time winding down, teammate Doug is on the ropes. At this moment, Carla and Owen have pulled ahead, and now Doug is crossing. He's got the three-board system, scooting across. Here he goes. Oh, my word. Doug, you went 4 feet. You still need more to catch up. Less than a minute left.
Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna fall in. I'm going to fall in.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop! Round 1 is over!
Doug and Laura went a total of 27 feet for Team Orange, while Owen and Carla travelled a total of 43 feet, giving them a 16-point lead going into the second and tougher round.
He was happy he made it that far. If I was terrified of water, would I be happy? Yeah.
I'm all wet and not too miserable.
Did that help the team? No.
So, going into round 2, blue is ahead. Remember, this round is tougher. We have Beth and Ben for the orange team and Andrew and Scott for the blue team. Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, round 2.
2 changes. Along with the same materials, we've given them 2 more pieces of wood, each 8 feet long. But we've also changed the rope, crossing it in the middle, rendering the strategy of round 1 absolutely useless.
Plus, you must cross both players at the same time for distances to count. Team Orange, you have 16 feet to make up and 1 hour to do it. Go!
Go blue!
Go Orange!
Let's pull these tight.
Yep. Okay, we should actually cut a section of smaller ropes so we lash it
Let's
with
tie it
the
off
section.
first.
Let me tie this.
Holy crap. These are hard to get tight, eh?
Now, Ben is a rock climber, so he's probably fully aware of all of the different types of knots.
I learned how to tie knots from like rock climbing, search and rescue, Boy Scouts, military. You have to know how to tie knots.
He's got 1 rope tied already, and I bet you'll have the other one done before the end of 2 minutes. Took the other teams 20 minutes to do the same.
Over on Team Blue, it appears that Scott is going to walk the plank, or at least crawl on it.
Because we had the longer boards, we could reach out further and cantilever our weight so I could get my hands up there and tie a loop way out. And then by going through the eye bolt into the loop and then heave and hoeing on that, we were able to double the amount of tension and make it much easier to tie it off without slipping.
You take 3, I'm gonna take 3.
Ben has his knots done, but it appears they've simply copied teammate Laura's strategy from round 1 of cutting notches in their boards.
They can't scoot across it because they're going to come to a dead end right in the middle.
Tie the rope, get it across in any way, shape, or form. We don't have a method to our madness. Okay, try to put your butt down on the board.
Right, Ben, your ropes are looking a little limp there, mate.
I don't think having an ultimately tight rope is gonna be what wins this. Hey, sexy.
As my butt is pinched between the planks.
Beth and Ben are out there, but they're only a third of the way, and their legs are already in the water. Ben's knots have become slip knots. Beth?
Yeah.
Beth?
Yeah.
It's not a bridge if it's underwater.
Okay, so let's get out of the water, let's tighten them up and start going again. There were wet ropes, and wet ropes, when you wring them out, end up getting to be longer ropes. So they stretched and we ended up in the water.
Despite their clearly sinking strategy, Team Orange has managed to advance 11 feet before hitting the water. They're now just 5 feet behind Team Blue.
What's your strategy, Scott?
We're building a bridge.
Yeah?
On top of a rope.
Ow.
Team Blue is building 2 eye-shaped platforms tied together with the leftover rope from their bridges. The plan is to balance them across the crisscross point of the ropes and attempt to crawl across.
Okay, let's go try this. Okay. Now get up there, center our plank. Low, 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 low. Now keep it nice and centered.
The second I saw those crucifix-looking things, I thought, oh no, they have it, and let's just hope that they're more wobbly.
And Andrew's in.
Put it back up.
Andrew's taken the plunge, and Scott hasn't even left the dock yet.
So, no points for Team Blue. Okay, Ben's retied Team Orange's ropes, and they're back out there.
Team Orange is going with a bed frame design, but the clock is ticking, so they're not bothering to use the ropes to lash it together.
Completely different strategies. They all look extremely wobbly.
There we go. There. Oh.
Oh, and Ben is in.
Got 4
Here, I know what I need to do.
Come on, Ben. The boys are catching up.
Put it on my head and push it.
All right, the blue team seems to be catching up.
I didn't have much choice in that move.
The orange team is ahead. He can be on the other side.
Okay.
Now we have a problem here.
All right, Scott is on the other side.
Slow and steady. Slow, slow, slow.
And Andrew's on the crisscross of the ropes. This is the toughest part.
There you go.
If Andrew can make it across, he can make it a perfect 50.
Now let's do it without getting the board wet.
And Andrew is across. That's it. Perfect score, 50 points.
Team Orange cannot catch up.
That worked great. Yeah.
My boys!
It is over.
Team Blue wins this challenge. Which of course means one member of Team Orange will be going into the elimination zone this week. All right, enjoy the sun, go to the beach.
I think my best ability is taking something from my mind and transferring it through my hands into something that's actually physical.
Enjoy!
And that's what this was. And we turned it into something that worked.
I feel like Doug and I have let down the team. I'm definitely disappointed.
It might be my turn to go through another elimination. That's a definite possibility.
Losing is not fun. I'm tired of losing. I really am.
Hello, know-it-alls. Behind me are over 60 science fair projects created by some of the brightest young minds in this entire country. But you guys are know-it-alls, and I'm sure you guys can do way better. All right, here's today's team challenge.
To conceptualize, create, and present the ultimate science fair project. Both teams have just $1,000 to buy their materials and 7 hours to complete it. Then they're judged by 65 top science fair students.
I want this to be impressive, grand, large scale. I need to see a wow factor, be original and smart.
My mind was blank, and I had no idea what we were going to do. And that scared me.
7 hours starts now.
Let's come down with some ideas. Let's write them out.
We should maybe just come up with a concept, each one of us, and then present it to the others, then we vote something like that.
Team Blue is stacked for this challenge. Two of its members, Carla and Andrew, are PhDs and are working scientists. Andrew's an MIT graduate in aeronautical engineering.
Wear the virtual reality helmet and immerse yourself in a space station environment. If I could do anything, I would be an astronaut. Spaceship to Mars. Okay. Artificial gravity, the whole thing rotates. It's a big structure. It's a big room that rotates around.
Despite having two scientists on Team Blue, they all seem to need Scott's approval for their ideas.
Can you use the wind to make a kick-ass weapon?
Psychology experiment. And what the spectators don't know is that they're actually part of it. And they can be our experimental rats.
I think the biggest challenge they're having right now is by consensus coming up with a single idea to pursue. I mean, they're know-it-alls. I've got the best idea.
What about a gunpowderless artillery piece?
Owen wanted to test ballistics and ballistic armor. I didn't want to waste the time asking if we could shoot guns, because I knew the answer.
In the rare occurrence of know-it-alls having no ideas, there's always one who's ready to seize the opportunity and save the day.
When we walked in and I saw tools, I'm like, finally, I can build anything. Just leave it at that.
Okay, so you're
Guys,
like
I'm
building
confident.
Jesus.
I'm building Jesus, yeah.
Okay.
Electric bike for me is the easiest. So what I'm thinking, you put a motor, you basically get this crank, get rid of it. Working on bikes is really my thing. It's a platform I'm very familiar with. I've designed hundreds of bikes. I've made world records with bikes.
In fact, Ben was on the design team of a human-powered bike that set the one-day record for distance traveled.
Let's kick their ass, go.
Team Orange's project: take a standard bicycle and turn it into a solar-powered electric motorbike.
Box full of dirt.
Over on Team Blue, they're still busy pitching Scott their ideas and getting nowhere.
They're just throwing out ideas. But I've never bought in that if left to their own devices, they could do it.
Chapter 1 in the Know-It-All Handbook. Dismiss other people's ideas.
Just don't see it happening.
Then take your shot.
We have a simple little windmill. Use the windmill to power a compressor, store energy when the wind is blowing. You sell it back to the grid. The idea is, can you store wind energy for when you need it?
The windmill doesn't do anything.
Yes, it will.
What does it do?
It's going to charge the tank.
No.
That's my vote. I had an idea, and I knew how to do it.
I'm gonna chime in if these guys are running short on time. I think this is doable and that we can make a scientific story out of it.
Let Scott win. It's faster.
But like his opponent Ben, Scott's now squarely on the hook for his team's success, or failure. Here's the plan. Team Blue is building a windmill-powered air battery that stores the wind's energy as compressed air.
Do you want a cart?
Yes.
Ben and Beth are off and running.
$100.
100 bucks?
$100.
Sold.
But Beth's biggest challenge isn't one she counted on. Controlling shopaholic Ben.
$60 each, $15. $79. $20 for these two. $39, just my price. I'm overbuying in some cases, but that way I'm making sure that all the bases are covered.
Spent $707, which leaves us just shy of $300. A little nervous. It was slightly more than I think both of us were anticipating.
The other half of this challenge for Team Orange lands on Laura, translating their ideas into written form and tutoring teammate Doug.
This is how my notebook would look, right? It should be question. Question, then hypothesis.
Brainstorm with me as I'm writing this. The question hypothesis first, okay?
Okay.
I think Laura was a little bit impatient with me because she's expecting everything to go.
Talking to him is like talking to a brick wall.
Adding a way to operate the bike that sidesteps the laziness.
Or like slamming my head with a 2x4 several times.
I need a 12-volt DC motor.
What do you think of this?
I think that will work.
1 horsepower.
And it's DC.
1795. You know, that's the part I don't know.
Shopping done. And down to his last dollar, Ben's headed back to build his electric bike. While Team Blue is already nearly an hour behind.
And I need hoses and fittings. I need a small air compressor that I can belt drive. I need a pillow block and a shaft and an end plate.
I was there for color commentary because I knew absolutely, without a doubt, he knew what the hell he was doing.
Give me a 3/8 ball valve.
Please.
Please.
Like most know-it-alls, with Scott, giving orders is never a problem. When you run your own business, you've got to be tough and be the one guy who can do it all.
This is our factory.
Back home in Alberta, Scott has single-handedly built and remodeled his machines at his skateboard factory.
These boards aren't like regular skateboards. So I had to invent a machine that could put graphics on a very, very conformable shape.
But already running behind, there isn't time to do it all himself.
I just need 2 short hoses, one that comes out of here and goes into here, one that comes out of here and goes into here.
So Scott's recruiting a little help.
Derek, you rock. Thanks, brother.
Ben and Team Orange are back and have been building for over 30 minutes. Time for motor test number 1.
Okay, Beth?
Yeah.
Absolutely, this was a DC motor. When you looked at it on the...
It didn't say.
It did not say. This is alternating current. We did pick the wrong motor. We picked an AC motor versus a DC motor.
Like any good know-it-all, Ben jerry-rigs it. Hopes for the best.
Deep breath. Son of a bitch.
But goes up in smoke. The 2 teams of know-it-alls have blen challenged to build the ultimate science fair projects.
I need a 12-volt DC motor.
Team Blue, with Andrew, Carla, Owen, and Scott, had the great debate about what to do.
The windmill doesn't do anything.
That's my vote.
No.
While Team Orange, with Laura, Beth, Doug, and Ben,
$15.
leapt out of the gate with Ben's big idea,
Electric bike for me is the easiest.
but have hit a snag.
Son of a bitch. Okay, guys. I'll take a full hit if we fail because of the build.
Ben was really beating himself up, saying, you know what, this is my fault.
I'm gonna follow my sword on this one. Honor's important to me because you can't leave a trail of unhappy people in your life. I want to leave a trail of, you know, that guy, when he was around, he was awesome. That's what I want to leave.
So, with less than $1 to his name, but rich with know-it-all resolve, Ben's back at the store. His mission? Return the wrong motor and exchange it for the right one.
I could feel practically electric sparks coming off him from 3 feet away.
I need to return this.
His brain was going like a turbine in a hurricane.
This is 20. This is probably our best shot. Let's get out of here. We have no more time.
You owe me 53 cents.
53 cents? I could kiss you, but that would be awkward now, wouldn't it?
Team Blue is back, eager to make up time and build Scott's windmill project.
How confident are you that it's gonna be done on time?
We got 3 hours?
Just under.
Yeah, it'll be done. Do you want to make those frames? Yep. All I care is that the top square platform of the frame is 23 inches by 23 inches.
As usual, Scott's the boss.
Set it down flat, get it centered. Make sure it's not going to rock. It's brass, it should drill really fast.
But for the first time, he's actually trusting his teammates to do their job. From a very early age, Scott's been a one-man team.
It's the way my life has gone. Been on my own emotionally since I was about 14. And on my own physically and logistically since I just turned 18. So it's always been up to me. So this is good for me. You got it in there first? Yeah, like welded.
Really
big, goopy thing.
Yeah.
And you mix that really, really well?
Yeah.
Sweet. You're killing it, man.
Ben's back, determined to rescue this project and his reputation.
Okay, what I tried to tell you.
But now the rest of his team seems to be falling apart.
You're just supposed to be documenting things that we're doing. What you're doing is documenting problems that we're having.
Yes.
Follow what I've laid out on the poster board. I was really, really disappointed in him, and I thought that he could do better, and he was definitely a liability.
Why don't I just go home?
What do you mean?
I don't understand any of the science involved with this at all.
It's all right, relax. Doug had some self-doubt in the middle, you know, and that didn't help the morale, but I was like, calm down. Motor.
Yes.
Shaft.
Yes.
Okay? Right now, my biggest challenge is keeping my team a team and not self-imploding.
For Team Blue, it's all hands on deck. Carla's hard at work on their presentation, Scott's building the wind turbine motor, while Andrew and Owen construct the windmill.
4 blades, make one, make it as a template, use it to trace out the rest.
Yeah, that's what he's gonna do.
With only 45 minutes left, this team must complete a functioning windmill, or their science fair will turn into a science fail.
I have never screwed things together so fast. I've never assembled a structure so fast.
Hold it. I need to get steady for a little bit. There we go.
All right, 20 minutes left.
But with time winding down, Ben still hasn't made his solar-powered electric bike actually function. But remarkably, the rest of his teammates are finally pulling together.
By adding a secondary power source to the bike.
I really like the content that you came up with.
Keep going, guys. We're doing good. It might be a little bit dysfunctional, but we have to pull together as a team in order to make this happen. You're doing well, Ben. Keep going. You're not going home today, Ben.
The team pulled together. They trusted me. And having that backup meant the world to me. Check it out, guys. This is awesome. It friggin' works. Woohoo! Okay.
You get a high five for that one.
Doing it was the easy part. Getting the emotional charge from the other people to believe in me, that was the cool part. Damn yeah.
I feel as though he was elated because he was validated. He performed.
Thank you, Science Jesus.
Get your head.
1 minute left.
That's good.
Yeah, it was an awesome windmill, like the blades and everything. I was pretty impressed.
You did a great job, Carla. I want hugs.
I'm just gonna shake your hand, okay?
I want hugs.
No, I just want to shake your hand.
I want hugs.
For Scott, he had to rely on his teammates to complete his mission.
There was absolutely no way I could have done everything. I had to depend on people. They didn't let me down. That's new to me. That's new to me.
The two teams of know-it-alls have built the ultimate science fair project.
This is awesome. It friggin' works.
Yeah, it was an awesome windmill, like the blades and everything.
You're killing it, man.
And now, it's Judgment Day.
Here come 65 of the youngest, brightest minds in Canada. It's their votes that will determine the winning team. I can see the brains. Look at the intelligence. Wow. And here come their teachers who will ask the tough questions. Please take a seat. Know-it-alls, you have had 7 hours to prepare the absolute best science fair projects you can possibly do. Team Orange, you have 15 minutes to present, starting from now.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, esteemed panel. How do we tackle greenhouse emissions and make transportation alternatives more readily available and do so in a really cool way? We intend to make a better bike through the addition of supplementary augmentative sources of renewable energy. Lead-acid batteries recharged by cool solar power.
Doug actually really impressed me.
So we have a battery in the satchel connected directly to the motor and it operates perfectly.
If you get a simple rubber wheel and you have it rub up against this, you make sure the spin is correct, you can place it on top of your other wheel and you can augment the drive. Is it a proof of concept? Absolutely is. Does it work? Yes.
It's actually pushing me.
Is it
Yes.
really?
Yep.
It's under its own power.
Thank you. Yeah, it isn't the prettiest thing, but come on, you know, having a little electric bike that you built at home, I think that's pretty cool.
With giving the presentation, it made me gain a lot of respect for Ben because he pulled through. He really did pull through with the bicycle. In conclusion, thank you very much for listening to our presentation, and I hope you guys vote for us.
Judges, questions.
How fast does your motorized bicycle go?
With an augmented bicycle, you can travel at a rate of approximately 30 kilometers an hour.
Were you able to come up with any idea of the operating time with the battery when it's charged?
Best case scenario would probably be within half an hour to 45 minutes. Granted, not the best, but it's still proof of concept, and it does show you that it can be done.
The Orange group, they did a really good job. They were very prepared.
It's not as innovative as it could have been. It's like a bike with a bit of a motor.
I really liked Ben, how he explained everything thoroughly and the applications of it.
Team Blue, you have 15 minutes to present your project starting from now.
So who here knows what a battery does?
It allows energy to power things.
Right, it allows energy to power things.
But here's the problem with the battery. Who has ever run a battery so long that they start to leak and you start to see crystals? Yeah, exactly. So when you start relying on a lot of batteries, we start running into pollution issues.
So what we came up with, we developed a system to store kinetic energy from the wind as compressed gas.
The windmill, through a series of gears, powers a pump. The pump compresses air. That compressed air is stored in a tank. We can take that wind energy and we can convert it with the use of an air motor. You can do work now.
Scott would make a fantastic scientist because he never shuts down and he does have those moments of insight and he's very organized. He would be fantastic.
So when the zombie apocalypse hits, you can arm yourself with the compressed air.
The fact that they're storing the energy as air pressure is interesting. It's something different.
I liked how they took the technology of the compressed air and put it to a completely new purpose, like energy generation.
What was the inspiration behind
your idea?
It was an argument for an hour and a half, and this is what we settled on.
Actually, I was a little bit annoyed at Scott and Owen because they were being very cavalier about the whole thing.
Would you consider this an innovation or an experiment?
Yes. It's an innovation. No experimental data on this at all.
They weren't as prepared as we would have thought they would have been.
I love his showmanship.
Which one?
Well, the guy right there, the guy in the purple.
The tall guy?
Well, both those two in the end, they were really good.
All right, it's time to choose the winning team.
Kids, start dropping your ballots now. One for blue. Another one for blue.
There we go, there we go.
Yeah,
Blue,
there is a smart
orange, blue, blue,
Wow factor for me was definitely the windmill.
blue.
I was just like, no, no.
A bunch of oranges going in.
I think the orange team presented better than the blue team.
Yes,
Orange,
thank you.
orange, orange, orange.
I really like riding my bike, so I thought it was a really cool idea to attach a solar panel. I think the orange group should win today, too.
Blue, blue, and an orange, and an orange. All right. Thank you very much.
All right, the votes are in, and it's incredibly close. Only a 5-vote difference between the two teams. And the winner is...
Team Blue, congratulations.
I was floored. I didn't think there was a chance. I thought we had it.
The fact that it was so close makes me feel bad for the other team, actually. I'd rather have a clear trouncing victory.
Team Orange, you know what this means.
Yes, we do.
You are going to have to think about putting another person up into the know-it-all elimination zone. And since you've lost both challenges this week, that means 2 of you are going to be going head-to-head to stay in this competition. Off you go. Get some rest. You deserve it.
For the first time in my life, I realized that there will be situations where each person can give like 300% effort, and still that might not be enough.
Hello, know-it-alls. One of you will be going home today. That person will be coming from Team Orange. And the reason for that is Team Orange lost both challenges this week. Now down to business. Give me 2 names now.
Doug, you knew nothing about electric bikes. You knew nothing about electricity.
I think that you did perform the poorest in the bridge building challenge.
Fine. Well, we've settled on one bet. I'm not surprised that I was going to be chucked under the greyhound, as it were. Who's going to be up against me?
I said, partway through the challenge, I'll throw myself on the sword for this. I'll take a full hit if we fail because of the build. I said that, so I got to offer myself up. If it's me, I'm good with it.
We have a decision.
What's your decision?
The 2 boys.
Front and center, let's go.
Ben is definitely a know-it-all. He's always searching for that next level, where it's like, I did it this good this time. I can do it better the next time.
Maybe I'll end up leaving early, but I will leave under circumstances that I think are honorable.
Doug is so smart and so intelligent. Because of that, some people might be turned off by that.
I just wish I could spend more time with these people. I'm still in awe of them.
As know-it-alls, you should know how things around you in the world work from the inside out. We'll see if you actually do.
In front of the know-it-alls are 3 dissected mystery creatures. The challenge. From each animal, locate and stick pins into the 3 specific body parts that I tell them to. The competitor with the most correct locator pins in the 3 animals wins.
All right, here we go. Round 1 of the elimination challenge. Competitors, lift your lids in front of you. That is a grass frog.
Right back to high school.
Biology actually is my best subject.
Problem is, high school was 20+ years ago.
Starting now, you have 1 minute to find the stomach. Ben has his flag in. 30 seconds left, Doug. And time. All right, second question, blue flag, please. Find the heart. Ben, done quickly again. Time. All right, last question for the grass frog. Find the large lobed organ that is responsible for ridding the body of toxins and waste. Doug, are you confident?
No, not at all.
Okay, grass frog, completed. Sherry, what do you see? First question, we were looking for the stomach, red flag.
Okay, and he's got the stomach right.
Blue flag, heart.
It is not correct.
A miss. Next was the green flag, and we were looking for the liver.
Those are actually the eggs.
Wrong, 0 points there. Stomach, yes or no?
No, the heart is correct, and the liver is not correct.
All right, the score after one creature, tied, 1-1.
Here we go with round 2. Lift your lids, please.
A squid.
A squid. Question 1, a tentacle. Go. Wow, that was quick, Ben. And Doug, very quick behind. Find the organ that extracts oxygen from water. Ben, again, lightning fast.
Not changing my mind.
Doug, stop playing with your squid.
Yes, Mommy.
Identify the organ that contains the squid's ink. Go. You good with that, Ben?
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, round 2 is done. Sherry?
Looks like we've pinned the arm instead of the tentacle on this one. The gills were the next one in blue. And I'm not sure what's pinned here. It's not the gills. You've correctly pinned the ink sac. You can see the black ink in there.
All right, over to Ben.
The tentacles. So that was correct. So the gills are blue, and he's correctly pinned the gills in here. The ink sac is green, and he hasn't correctly pinned that.
Well done, Ben. You win round 2.
And after 2 creatures, Ben's ahead 3-2.
Gentlemen, lift your trays. It's a spiny dogfish shark. All right, first question, show us the nostrils. Ben, again, is done. Question 2, find the external structures that contain venom. Ben's done in under 4 seconds. Confident?
Never confident enough.
10 seconds left. Time. All right. Final question of this elimination challenge. I want you to find the organ that produces and stores red blood cells. Both Ben and Doug are deep into that shark right now. You got it, Ben?
I have no idea.
5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. You good?
Yeah, I think so. I think not. I don't know.
Doug, you're trailing by just a single point, so you only need one correct question to pull even.
Let's see if you have.
So the red pin was the nostrils, and that is correct.
All right, it's a tied game.
The blue pin was the something venomous on the outside of the shark. And you've pinned the gill slits, that's not venomous.
One more chance to pull ahead.
And then the white pin was the spleen, and that is not correct either.
Not correct, but you are tied. Ben, you just need one correct answer, and you get to stay here and send Doug home.
So the red pin was the nostrils. And that's correctly identified.
And it's over.
One by a nose.
Ben, you're staying. Doug, you certainly know a lot. There's no doubt about it, but you are not Canada's greatest know-it-all.
I don't like losing, but I'm not too sad about going home.
It's one thing to know about a lot of things.
It removes an opportunity for me to be totally embarrassed week after week after week.
But it's another to put that knowledge into action.
I wasn't sure how much more of that I could take.
And there's a know-it-all when you can't, you simply won't survive. Next time on Canada's Greatest Know-It-All. The 7 remaining competitors take their knowledge to new heights.
There he is, that tiny little dot in the sky.
And in the battle to win...
No, look at it!
Things get louder.
Got a carpet on the ceiling again!
And more intense.
I'm hunting those down.
All in the hunt for the title of Canada's Greatest Know-It-All.